It's so funny. It is a task because it's something that never ever like ends, right? Cooking and cleaning is a 24/7, 365 job. Like just because you clean up
Mhm.
today doesn't mean that like that's it. The house is gonna be dirty tomorrow. It's like always have to be
Yeah.
done. And for the life of me, it's like I just don't understand why stay at home wives back in the day were fighting so hard to not be at home as if what they were doing was not already a job.
Mhm.
But then I thought about who the actual women were who were fighting to not be home.
Mhm.
And those were the white women who had living, well, maybe not living, who had black women cooking and cleaning up after them. So they had nothing else to do but to want to go leave out the house and go do some shit. So it's
Ah.
like and then like black women, I'm not gonna say we get sucked into the like idea of being a stay at home because being a stay at home is still a job. You're still cooking
Mhm.
every day, you're still cleaning every day, you're tending to your family every day. The women who fought for women's liberation did not do those things.
Mhm.
But they had people who look like us doing them for them. So it makes sense to me that they would be bored and want to feel
Right.
like they wanted to do some other shit.
Right.
But hear me out. I've said this, but I be saying, I say wild shit, but it just is what it is. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I low key understand why. I'm not slavery, indentured servitude, right?
Mhm.
I low key understand why that was a thing because who the fuck wants to do this? I don't want to do this. I don't want to clean up every day.
Right. Right.
Like,
Right.
just think about it. Like, who wouldn't want to have someone to cook for them and to clean up after them, and all they had to do was just exist and do what it was that they wanted to do? Like,
Mhm.
who wouldn't want that? Now, granted, I don't think that it's okay to mistreat your help because when you think about it, even back to the medieval times, I don't know if you or any of you guys that's listening watched Bridgerton, but even way back then, and even before then, like Roman Empire, like BC times, even in the Bible, they talk about your house, your housekeepers. Like there were always like certain people, like that's just their job. No, they were called like hands, I think, if I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken, but or handmaidens or something like that. But
Mhm.
that's a real thing to have a person to do the cooking and the cleaning up after you. Like
So
I
I
always
like
say,
that
like,
you.
do y'all fucking think Beyonce clean up her own house? No. Beyonce probably got Consuela who lives there. And like she like go ahead.
um, I think there's a space in here for like. I love that you brought that up because it's like this. It's like, hold on, I have to come back on now. I'm just trying to
Mhm.
fix myself because I don't like that. Move.
You ain't
I
like
don't
the
like
look.
that.
You had to go for a different look. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
the
this
switch
one.
up was so real.
Yeah.
Y'all, if I would have pressed record from the beginning, y'all would have seen a mirror. You'd have been like, damn, the switch up was just too real. Like,
Yeah, I
too
was just
real.
saying that. I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't liking it. Okay, I feel it was definitely that. I feel better now. All right, it's a little crooked, but we're gonna say. All right, so it's funny that you said that because you talk about it as if it's a very important job, but like cleaning up, some people might consider cleaning up like a low end job, but a very important job.
Yes.
Like, and so I think what I'm trying to say is definitely like I feel like if we make room for the importance of that, I feel like maybe we wouldn't feel as cringe when we talk about when we say indentured servant or
Mhm. So I don't feel cringe.
It wouldn't be cringe.
I don't feel cringe at all. At all. Because listen, if I could have me in like an indentured servant, I most definitely would. Not if I can, when I'm at the capacity to get me an indentured servant, I actually would. I don't like the term indentured servant because it just has a negative connotation. I will call it hold on, I have my computer right here. I'm gonna Google the proper term.
I really like when you used to use the term handmaids. I was like, that kind of
a handmaiden. That's the problem. I will most definitely have me a handmaiden.
I like that. That sounds very important.
Yes, it's a handmaiden, and it is a very, like you said, it is an important job because back in the day, like if you watch any of the like old movies, like the Bridgerton time movies or like the Roman Empire time movies, like the hands and the handmaidens were like they were like second in command to like the king or the queen or whatever royal person that they were the handmaiden for. Like it was like they were like the closest person to the person of like the person of authority, hey life, that was like they were the closest person to the king or to the queen or to whatever position that they were working for. So I'm most definitely going to have me one because I'm over it. However, I don't agree with. I feel like slavery. Like now, listen. Hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. I understand now that I'm older why slavery happened because who doesn't want to have someone to pick up after you, right? To do the work for you. We all talk about so before computers, slaves were like automation. Like you designed the job and you gave it to them and it just happened without you having to do any of the labor. Which I mean, I'm not saying that it's okay to hold somebody against their will
in the way that it was negotiated wrong.
In the way that it happened was completely wrong. Nobody should have been stolen. You get what I'm saying? Nobody should have been beaten and tortured and treated less than a human being. It should have been looked at as a job. Because prior to slavery, white people were indentured servants to black people, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But yeah, I'm finna get me a Consuela. Listen, don't judge me, y'all. And I don't even know if I should say this because I don't want to get us canceled, but I just have a couple stipulations. They just not whoever is my handmaiden is just not going to look like me. I'll just say that. That's my only stipulation. You can none of my people can work for me. That's the stipulation, and I'll leave it at that. So that was just a quick rant before the rant. So welcome to Politics as Usual. This is season 2, episode 3. We got life in the building. Amira B, the love coach.
Hey y'all.
So yeah, we here. That was just a quick little rant, but we're gonna get on topic now because I'm tired. Listen, your girl tired of cooking and cleaning, all right?
It's funny you said that though, because it's hilarious. I cooked dinner today this morning at 8:00 this morning. And I actually was like, I was feeling great. I woke up like at 3:00 in the morning. So I was doing all types of stuff between 3 and 8. And then I was like cooking dinner. And I was like, oh, this is actually, I actually thought about the housewife. I actually then I was like, this is what housewives do, huh? They be
cook dinner at 8 a.m.
Like I ain't doing that, but I still had to. I just moved all of. I still got to do everything. I just moved it or whatever. So I had to be to work today at. I actually had to be to work today at 11:30. So I still was like, and I cooked dinner early because we were going to be on the call tonight, and I knew that. So I try to arrange the schedule around. And now that you say that, it's like, you know, you got to do so much.
Yes.
You got to do so much. Like, it's not like, okay, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. I did laundry today too. I went to work, I did laundry, I cooked, I did everything. Like, everything that was on my list, I did it. And it's like, I am tired. Oh, am I tired? Yes. Why you think? That's why I don't answer my phone. I have nothing.
Seriously. And I say, yo, like, those chores really bog you down, and it kind of like sucks the creativity out of you. I feel like a lot of people would be so much more like successful in doing the things that they want to do and like creating the things that they want to create if they didn't have cooking and cleaning like bogging them down. Like, that is like, I could go on and on and on about this because I'm just sitting here. Y'all see this little cute little setup, but if you look to the right, it don't look like that. Don't look like that because I'm currently revamping, getting ready for the holidays. I gotta pull shit out. I gotta push it back. I gotta cook still. It's already 7 o'clock and I ain't even cooked. Like, it's too much.
It was leftovers tonight in this house.
Listen, it's so crazy though because you know my cooking schedule that I created is Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But I was so exhausted yesterday that I didn't cook yesterday. So I kind of gotta cook today. But
That
now
was
it's like,
yesterday dinner. That what I cooked this morning was out last night, and I had to cook it because I already had it out. I'm like, let's cook this shit.
Yeah, I got on the grill since it was kind of nice out. You know, black people don't need no excuse, but up, sun shining, time to go outside and get on the grill.
let me get
Right.
a hot dog.
All right.
Get some of that. Okay. Yeah. But I like that though. Creativity definitely get put down to the side sometimes because you gotta, you know, take care of your life and do all types of things and whatever. We could add a list of things to that.
Right.
For sure.
But yeah, what's up, life? We already kind of like checked in. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. I was a little late because the kids was here, well, the oldest was here with his friends and everything. So a lot of commotion going on in the background. So I had to get him a couple minutes before I could jump on.
Right. It had to be a father. Like me and my sister, we got this joke. Like, what hat you got on today?
Yeah,
You had to put on your father hat. Like, you know.
can't visit his mother and everything. So
He's away at school right now, right?
no, he just you know high school senior year, but
Oh,
he
it's his
drives.
senior
So
year.
you know how it is when you first get a car. You want to be everywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had been seeing like all the college stuff being posted, so I thought that this was his first year as a freshman, but he
Nah,
graduates this year.
yep, it's class of
Oh, okay.
24.
Nice.
Class of 24.
Nice.
But otherwise, everything's good. Good day.
That's good. Always
And
good to hear.
I had to wash my hair, so it's a little crazy right now.
I like that look though. It's a cool look.
So I had to put it up. My
It's
wife,
a put up out the shower look. But like those be really big. Y'all ever be like look in the mirror and be like, oh, I really look cute like this. Like just like a random look.
yeah,
I feel like the best looks is when you just do it
it's it's
and it just
effortless.
end up that way.
Yeah,
You just
like,
like, oh, let me. And you're like, oh, I like. That's just like the messy bun. The messy bun was created by somebody just putting their hair up real quick, and they're like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like a messy bun, but every time you like try to do a messy bun, like you're like, all right, I'm gonna do a messy bun, it never turns out nice. Cause you're trying.
no,
The
oh
best looks
no.
come when you're not even trying.
Uh, I'm like, now I need to schedule me an appointment. I'm gonna let my hair chill because I had it up for like 2 months. So like now it's time to let it chill for a little bit, and then I'll probably get it done for the holidays.
Yeah. Jesus.
I see that. I was like, wait, I'm about to go down with it. Like,
Right. Damn, this thing giving Titanic. Like, would you sit still? All right. It's like it's no balance. So my phone, I think my phone is like it just tips it over.
My phone did that yesterday.
I had to,
The other day on a call.
like I have to turn my if I turn my phone down, I think the heaviness of the phone just pulls it forward. So I had to like
Yeah,
tilt it up.
gravity take it every time.
Right. So what do
Yep.
we have on agenda for today?
Like you was talking about Keith Lee. Did you
Oh
say
yeah,
that?
yeah,
What's
yeah.
that? What's that? Keith Lee and ATL.
Oh,
Let's
so
do some. Let's do some pop culture.
yeah.
What's that?
So if y'all both don't know Keith Lee is like he's a food critic, but he's like not like a self-proclaimed food critic. He just go around to different places and he uses his platform to speak on restaurants. He don't give it like the worst critiques ever. He just he lets you know he leads with God and he leads with the idea that this is just his opinion. He's telling you that if you know he's not trying to be malicious. He's not trying to tear down the business. None of those things. He's just giving an opinion, but he said he always lets you know to try it for yourself. But this is just his personal experience, and he's just sharing it with you. So he'll go taste food and everything. So as a result, he had like this groundswell of people that started following him and everything to the point where he became popular on TikTok. And from that, he made deals with different people and everything. Like one of his earlier deals was Chipotle, where he had reposted and stitched something that another woman did, and because she was the original content creator, he told Chipotle he wouldn't do a deal unless they included her in the deal. So
Okay, you touched on you spoke on this before. I remember. I
yeah,
don't know if it was online or offline, but I remember you mentioning something about this, and I didn't know who he was at first. But I just recently saw one of his videos because one of my friends sent it to a group chat. I just Googled who he was, and I'm like, oh, I just watched one of his videos.
yeah. So now was it last week? Uh, yeah, was it last week or I think it was the week before I was in Atlanta. The same time he was down there, I was
Mhm.
down. So, he's from Vegas, but him and his family is like kind of on his food tour. So fast forward to now, he's like financially well off. He blesses other people. His popularity is so crazy that like he helped his platform has helped raise enough money to like have somebody be able to like fight cancer. Another teacher was able to retire from their job in order to do their business full time in the food industry and everything.
Right.
He gives, and if he goes to like any mom and pops, he doesn't charge them for going in and critiquing the food, the service, and all those things.
I mean, but can you really charge them for that?
No, but what he does is if a corporate company reaches out and wants him to be like a brand sponsor and things like that, he charges them. But what happens is they on TikTok and everything now they're calling it the Keith Lee effect. So if he gives you a really good review, they pretty much all the restaurants are like busy from that point on because he'll get an email saying, "Hey, can you come review my restaurant?"
Oh, okay.
Asking. When he gets around to it, he's like, "Yeah, he'll go," but he don't tell him he's coming. He wants
Oh,
to just be treated as a regular customer every time, no celebrity, no nothing.
so he the black guy Fieri, huh? Diners,
Yeah,
drive-ins, and dives.
but but see, they know he's coming. When he come, he just come regular, and most of the time he gets it to go. So he goes in the car, you know, and tells you what he's eating. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't sit down at the restaurant or anything. He just bases off of phone etiquette in person when he comes to pick up the food. And then the quality of the food and everything.
Hmm.
So he'll let you know certain stuff like he's not really a sweets guy. He don't like certain textures. So his rating. He'll tell you like my rating is a little biased based off of those things. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But so he went to Atlanta and you know, how we was talking about tipping etiquette and everything before, and things of those natures, and you know, the service, and all. We all expressed our issue with service and everything. So he went to Atlanta, and he went to a lot of these well-known black restaurants and everything, and they was, you know, social media was basically saying like he put these restaurants on notice, but he only exposed what everybody in Atlanta is accustomed to, but wish it wasn't, and they was thanking him for doing it. But then it was a, you know, a small group that was saying, you know, like where did he go? The Milk and Honey, which is the black owned restaurant. So they came back at him saying, "Who is he?" You know, the owners, black couple and their daughter. It was like, "Who is he?" The daughter was like, "Well, you don't know who Keith Lee is." You know what I mean? You know, basically asking it like, you know, rhetorically, like, who is he? Like, nobody cares. Now, social media went to show the effect because guess what? It was people in there, but it was nowhere near how it was prior to, because they got all these different rules. He went to Old Lady Gang restaurant, which is Candy's restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Toast on Lennox, which is another popular restaurant down there. And he went to a whole bunch of ones, but those are like the more popular ones. And when he went, they was like, they can't see them. It's like a 2 hour. Well, because of his popularity, he didn't go in. He sent his wife and sister in, and they told him it was a 2 hour wait. And so when he came in, they told him, this was that Old Lady Gang. They told him, oh, once they recognized that it was him, they was like, oh, we got you. Give us 5 minutes and we'll have a table ready for you. So they was going to let him skip the line and everything. He said no. He said, unless y'all going to seat them first and make sure they get their food, then I'm not doing it. He said, so, you know, he's that type of person. Like, he's not using his celebrity to jump the line. He's going to wait like everybody else. And if you can't accommodate him, he understands. But he
I
just
just
said,
can I speak to that real quick? Because
uh-huh.
a person who's been in and out of like restaurants, right? Working in restaurants. If you're a celebrity, you're going to get accommodated. You're
Yeah.
not a regular person, so you're not going to get treated like a regular person. So, like, to make it seem like, oh, that's not right. It was a 2 hour wait for these people, but now when you see me, like, yeah, if I got a 2 hour wait and Beyonce walking my shit, somebody getting up. I'm not
Yeah.
telling Beyonce it's a 2 hour wait. Shit, I'm
Now,
Beyonce.
he,
Here, you can sit in my like you're getting seated. Like, you're going to make, especially when you know that he's a critic, you're going to make an accommodation for a critic. Like, I watched his video, and before I knew that who he was, you talking about him today, and me just googling him, the video that I watched, I wasn't impressed. I kind of didn't like it because I don't know. I don't know. I didn't feel Mr. Lee.
Me personally, I rock with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
And
I only saw the one video, and I don't know much. I appreciate all the charitable things that you speak about him, how he's a man of God. But just particularly on that video, like, I wasn't, because I felt like the review didn't even really like make sense to me. And for someone who, like, you know that you, like myself, are very much foodies and culinary critics, so it was just kind of like,
but that's what I think. Like, it's not like he's not, you know, and he lets you know I'm not nowhere in depth about food and everything, but I just like food and I go to different places. And I
right.
think it's the relatable way he's talking about food versus how we might talk about,
Hell for me.
you know, like we gonna talk about food in a common place.
Yeah,
Well, he is, and we're going to be a lot more complex. Like, oh, you know, I like the sauce, but we ain't gonna say sauce. We're gonna say what it is specific. Like, oh, I like the bechamel. I like
right.
au jus. You know, we gonna get
Right.
into that type of
It's
stuff.
giving umami.
Yeah, yeah. Like we gonna get into that.
I get it. You want to know what? It's not even him. It's the fact that
Come on.
I can't even blame the sheep on social media, because that's just what we do in this society. But it's just like, for somebody who really doesn't even have any culinary experience, it's like, I'm not saying that anybody and everybody can't have an opinion, because they can. It's just like, y'all, you know what? I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself right now. Shout out to Keith Lee. Keep doing what you're doing.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I haven't seen Keith Lee yet. I'm gonna watch it just so that I can have opinion too. But when I think about Keith Lee and how he, rose to where he is now, based on the story you just shared, and I just feel like it is the person who is going to assert their self where they say they're going to be at. Very vocal about it, very active about it, very certain about it, it don't matter what it is. You could be a food critic, you could be a nail clipper, you could be a dog walker, whatever you put belief and motion and passion and love into, and you say it out loud, and you don't let nobody deter you from me saying I'm this kind of food critic, and I'm recording it and I'm showing you consistently and going I'm building the momentum. I just feel like it's that person.
Yeah,
whoever that person is, wherever they standing, just do it. They gonna do it, and that's why he gets to be
like, he's very genuine,
unproclaimed food critic. I feel like
he came, like, it was very humbling. Like, he used to just sit in front of his phone or whatever, in his daughter's Paw Patrol chair at her little dining table up against the wall. No fancy backdrop, no nothing, and he just gave his opinion on the food. And it was, it was just a humble, hey, this is how much I spent on the food. We're gonna rate it 1 through 10. If something was really good, and he'd be like, oh yeah, I might want to try that. Even though it was in Vegas or, wherever he was at, or it was California, or, like, I might be willing to try that, or I've never heard of that, at least for me. But, like, I don't think he was like a food critic, like, oh, this is too well done.
No, not like that. Not like, you want to know what? You want to know? I'm just a little weirdo, and I'm gonna just tell you what it was for me.
Was it this?
Because his commentary was good.
Yeah.
It was that. No, I didn't see this because he was in a car, and I didn't really see it. It was the 0.5 everything for me. Like, nothing is a 7, nothing is a 9. Everything was like, it's a 6.5, or I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Like, nigga, like, is it a 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10? Like, it was the 0.5 for me that I think was really kind of like rubbed my weirdness the wrong way. Like, yeah, shut up. Like, because it was like everything was a 0.5. So it was just kind of like, what does a 0.5 even really mean? Really, like, because it's like, all right, if it's a 6 or a 7, but if he says it's a 6.5 or 7.5,
because normally he follow it up with, like, if it had a little more salt, or if it had some more sauce, or if it came with the sauce, So I kind of get them half points.
You know what the half point remind me of? The over or under in betting. It's unnecessary and it makes no sense.
Oh man!
Because if you guys know about betting, sports betting, there's no possible way that you can score a half a point. So what is the point there for, except to confuse you and make you mad?
Yeah, that means you gotta bet. You gotta bet one way or the other.
Exactly.
You can't bet straight up. Like, you can't go.
Exactly, and that's what irks me, because it's kind of like, it's just like, it's causing me more confusion. If you would have just been like, all right, I'm gonna give it a 7.
So,
a 7 out of 10, a 7.5. Like, bruh, like, listen, Keith Lee, I love what you're doing. Just drop the 0.5. Just make it, if it's a 7 or 8, give it a 7 or 8.
I just thought it was crazy. Like, we was in, my wife and I, we was in Atlanta during that time, and we went to one of the restaurants where he went. Now, mind you, he was trying to get takeout. So, a lot of Atlanta restaurants, they use DoorDash, but during busy hours, like the weekend and stuff, they don't take any to-go orders because they're so packed with people inside that they don't have the time to make any to-go orders on top of what they're already doing. So, that was one of the biggest complaints. So it's hard to eat in Atlanta. You try to go to these quality restaurants, but the service ain't gonna be as great. Or whatever. But when we was at Toast on Lennox, we was in. Eva walked in.
Marcel.
Yeah, she walked in and she sat like two tables over. It was like us, a table in the middle, then her. So my wife was like, "Oh, here she is." I'm like, "Yo, this chicken is good." You know what I mean? Like no disrespect to her, but I'm focused on this chicken.
Right.
I don't watch anything she's in, so I didn't even notice her to be honest. But low key, the waiter, my wife was like, I want to get a picture or whatever, and I'm like, she was with like a bodyguard and maybe two other people, whatever. So she asked the waiter, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think that's a good move." You know what I mean? Because even though this is a good day for her, it still could be a bad day for you, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like that's what I got from it. You know what I mean? Like,
Man, I thought she was gonna get her picture.
I mean, I respect it. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get it. I get that, but I still just thought she was gonna get her picture, and I thought that was gonna be so cute for her birthday. But aside from that,
she looked a little influenced. You know what I mean? It wasn't from what they had at the Toast on Lennox, but the food was good there. The food was really good. But
Listen. I'm not the person that if I see a celebrity gonna ask her for a picture because I don't like rejection. Because if you tell me no, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
see, now,
not that you're not entitled to say no because you are, but I'm gonna be pissed. I don't even ask.
And I'm not a celebrity person, so I see you. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Like I might say,
it depends on the celebrity for me because I've been next to celebrities and was regular. But then if it's like a celebrity that I like really engage with, being how they engage with us, I'd be like, I like them.
I like them. I love celebrities. Like certain ones I like, but I don't know if I like any of them enough to show them that I like them as a celebrity, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would talk to them if it was in a setting where it was regular conversation, but I'm never approaching you on some shit like I'm a fan.
So
because I'm a celebrity. Fuck you, me.
What?
I got fans.
Right.
One person that I see all the time that's a celebrity, but they're always genuine every time I see him is the R&B singer Eric Roberson. You know what I mean?
I know the name. I just don't know the face.
What song did he just have? Dang, my bad, ER. But he just had a song that was like,
oh, he's from New Jersey.
Yeah, he went to Howard and everything.
Okay.
Lessons. The song was Lessons.
How does it go?
God has a funny way of showing you lessons. Let me play it.
I know I always hear it on okay, yeah. I always play like the music choice on cable. Alright, life cut. Only because we don't want YouTube to flag our video.
My bad.
It's okay. Yeah, so YouTube, we do not own the rights to Mr. Robert Roberson's song.
Yeah.
We did a little snippet. Don't flag our video because it's not that deep.
So
yes,
that's funny because I just was about to say, oh, I forgot about our theme song from season 1.
Not on YouTube.
But he's
not on YouTube.
He's a good dude. Like every time I see him, he always speak. We talk. Went to a concert or two of his. Always the same. Never over the top. Raheem Devon, same. So. But I just speak like, oh, yeah, I was at your concert last time. How you been? Blah blah blah. But never like fanned out yet.
Right. So this weekend I went to see Robert Glasper at Blue Note in New York. So 4 years ago I went to see him and Yasin Bey was a part of the show. So I'm outside, I'm standing in line. Huh, yes.
Most
Yasin
definitely.
Bey, aka Mos Def. He was just standing outside, regular as hell, just smoking a cigarette. I'm just looking like, oh my God, like that's him. Like I really like him. But I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing to him. Like I'm not gonna say nothing. So fast
Yeah.
forward to this year, he was on the bill again. So I'm like, listen, if I see him standing outside, I'm saying something to him. Like, but
Because
not
it
on no like,
depends,
oh my
right? It
God, like I want
depends.
a picture. Like, I'm gonna say something to you to talk to you as an individual because like it's a body of work that you did that like it really
Right.
inspired me. Like I just want to say, like, thank you for your contribution type shit. Like, not on no fangirl, like, oh my God, I want a picture. Da, da, da. So I was highly upset when I got an email saying that due to a scheduling conflict, he was not going to be there.
Mm.
But he was being replaced by Black Thought for the Roots, which I ain't gonna say I wasn't mad at. At first I was mad because like I specifically, Robert Glasper has a residency there. So he's there from like October to November. I specifically chose that particular show because I wanted to see Yasin Bey. He wasn't there, but shout out to Black Thought because he carried it. Like
Tariq Trotter.
I was
Oh
not upset
wow.
at all. Like
Government
very
Tariq
enjoyable.
Trotter.
I was sad that I didn't get to see him on the street smoking a cigarette so I could say hi.
Yasin
But the
Bey.
memory is so good too, though,
One,
and the
two,
fact that you just shared it
three.
with us.
But
That's beautiful.
and to and to speak of celebrity, it's like they are so much like well, not so much, but like it's like people don't think about it, but it's like there are literally just regular people. Like when we went to Blue Note last year, like Anthony Anderson was there. Then we went this year, Jeffrey Wright was there, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's Jeffrey Wright." I didn't even see him, but I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like that was Virus and Beatty on the Hunger Games. Like that's cool. Like, but they are really just regular.
Wait, we talk about the guy that played um in Martin Luther King and all that and everything, Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, yes. He
Yeah.
was at the show. He was at the show on Saturday. But I'm just like, for me, it's just more interesting for me when I make these choices and decisions to go places and I see these type of people there is what more so elevates me in thinking like I don't need to fangirl because like you here just like he here. Like y'all like equal. like you get what I'm saying? So it's just interesting to see
Yeah.
it. Like, bro, like I'm
Yeah,
just randomly out in
because
New York and I'm running into celebrities and shit. Like, oh yeah,
I
I'm
was going
regular.
to
You're
say,
regular just like me. And I'm a celebrity just like you in my own right. Like,
yeah, I agree. Because I was going to say, like, to be a celebrity just means that an audience knows you. That's the only thing that really means. It doesn't mean that you standing next to a celebrity don't have the same status as them based on your work, your experience, and your world of how it looks. Like you said, so like I agree. Like I always feel like that too. Like, oh, I'm here, you here, ah.
right.
But
I
you
always feel like the thing that separates a regular person from a celebrity is just that you're not around them. But when you're in the same places as these people, it's kind of like either I'm a celebrity now or you're just a regular person. Like it's like we're the same. Like
and
because
it's
if it was that far off, I wouldn't see you. Like you wouldn't be in my scope. But it's just like, oh, all right, like we
the
here. So either I'm looking at it like, oh, you a regular person just like me, or I'm looking at it like, oh shit, I'm a celebrity just like you because I'm in the same place as you at. Like,
I'll speak for the group, and I'm sure we probably all experienced this where people have been excited that you were there, you were somewhere they were. Like, oh, I can't believe you made it. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Like, I would have never thought you would have been here, type thing. So we all experience it just on the level to which we experience it.
mm-hmm.
I went to an event and somebody was shocked that I was there, and they was like really happy that I was there, and I was just like, I'm here to see the same person you here to see, like,
Mm-hmm.
like
Y'all funny. Hold up. Y'all right now is very fucking funny. Excuse me. It's just like, but I'm here to see the same person you said. I don't give a fuck.
like it ain't because it ain't about me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I can make the room, but
I'm
at
cracking
it ain't about me. Like, and that's not me trying to sound cocky or nothing. But
I don't know how to say it. It's like a upper energy.
yeah,
Okay.
Shells know the vibe. Like, you make it
Listen, you
through.
already know.
Listen. I'm in the building. We lit.
Right.
I'm here.
Right.
Nobody else come. I got you.
Mhm.
I'm
I'm gonna make it happen. Yeah, we going up.
Real.
so life. I have a Shelly, you wanted to say something?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Life, I wanted to ask you about, I just want to go back real quick to Keith Lee and these ratings for the ATL restaurants or whatever, because I actually saw something online too where it was like it's supposed to be like funny about ATL restaurants, and they were like basically saying like Monday closed, Tuesday we waiting for our delivery but we might open, Wednesday just show up, Thursday free before 8, but if you don't get here, and if you, it was like all these stipulations to it or whatever, so it made me laugh. I cracked up, and so it made me wonder like, well, what was his ratings? Because actually that's a problem, and also in Philly too, like where, and me and Shelly talked about this before when we was in Houston, and it's everywhere, like basically where it's a hot spot for the restaurant or whatever, but when you go in there, the bathroom has no toilet paper, has no soap, it's dirty, it stinks, it's not enough waitress, the waitress don't know the menu, like it's just like a lot of what's going on. But when you see it on TikTok, it's the hype, it's like blue drinks with smoke, like it's everything is groovy, like
So
so like, did he say it was
No,
good or bad? But also, how do y'all feel about that too?
I just want to speak to something real quick. I feel like social media is like a gift and a curse when it comes to restaurants, especially black restaurants, simply because the restaurants, be a restaurateur is really new to us. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of black restaurants have just been starting to pop up over the last like decade or so. So it's like really new. Not to mention the restaurant industry is one of the hardest industries to like get in and thrive and survive in. Two, people don't understand a lot of times when you go on social media and you cause a buzz, which is great for business wise, but a lot of these restaurants don't have the capacity to handle the influx of customers who are coming in from the social media rise to fame that they received, and then it makes the service go down because it's like you just can't accommodate it all. Like, you're not built to have all of these people, but social media makes everything like it's almost like mob mentality. It's like you in a restaurant where maybe they get 50 people a day, right? 50 people a day from the time they open to the time they close, but then somebody posts a video, and then you got 500 people storming this restaurant, all expecting to get this great service, and it's just kind of like this restaurant does not have the capacity to accommodate that. But then you will turn around and in turn give a review on how long you had to wait. The food was not this, but it's just like the quality in the service is going to lack when you have more customers than you have staff to be able to accommodate. Like, it's never going to work out. That's why I'm like, I don't really like social media places. I don't like places at the hype, because anything that's the hype, the quality is down because you can't accommodate the hype, because not everything ain't for everybody. But when you put it on social media, everybody starts to come. Listen, I gatekeep.
so
I don't want everybody where I'm at.
so Shells just told us she gatekeeps. You know what I mean?
Sure do.
But nah, so what happened with Keith Lee was some restaurants, because he like I was saying earlier, he wanted to be a regular person and wait in line. And if the wait was too long, he didn't get anything. He just talked about his experience with the restaurant, like in the sense of the person he might have talked to was nice. They were very professional. He said he just wished he had the time to be able to wait, but his family was hungry. He got two young kids, so I get it. You ain't trying to wait 2 hours with kids. You're gonna go somewhere where you can eat immediately, and that's what he did. He just went somewhere.
Friendly.
So he went somewhere like that. But the places that he did get a chance to go to, you know, that did reach out to him and he got a chance to meet with him, they went well. But it's funny because it was a guy saying that typically the people who want to start restaurants in Atlanta, especially black people, are typically chefs. So they know the back end. So, you either got the back end or the front end. The front of the house and the back of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So if you work in the kitchen, you work in the back of the house. And if you do hospitality and everything, you're the front of the house.
You need a
So
team.
so the radio host from Atlanta was just talking about how, like, you know, chefs go into this business, but they don't have the people that have the experience or the know-how to run the front of the house. So no matter how great the food is, if the front of the house is not matching the back of the house, you get a bad experience.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time to come out the back to shore up the front because you're so busy focused on the back. So Keith Lee didn't necessarily, like, he never said anything bad about any of the restaurants. He just said he just didn't have a chance to try it, or this was my
Okay. Well,
experience,
that was good. You know,
with
speaking
the
to
people. But
can't
everybody,
badmouth something that you don't know all of the,
yeah,
you
and he
know,
just
nuts and bolts to.
and even if he gives like something like a poor rating, like a 3.5, you know, he still tells you to try it for yourself, But
I'm gonna try it for myself type of person anyway. Like
yeah, but
you could tell me anything, and if I want to do something in my heart, it don't matter what you tell me.
so
But
Like
the majority of the world are sheep. So
yeah,
he can say try it if he wants to, but if he gives it 3.5, chances are they not going.
and
so
then like sometimes I like stuff that people don't like. Like it's funny you use the word gatekeep because like I've been in spaces where like I've shared something with people and they like, ew, that's nasty. So now like I don't share my stuff. Sometimes I don't won't share it because you think what I'm eating is nasty. So it's no point in me sharing. Like,
but you
but
gotta.
I like it.
I
You
don't
know what
I
it
don't
is?
call
I
that.
share, but I share with people who I know are going to appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like the whole, oh, I'm going on social media to post a video, because everybody is not going to appreciate it. But because I went on there and hyped it up, those people who are not going to appreciate it are going to go and then are going to talk bad about it.
Yeah.
Because it was just never for you. Like, I don't like the fact that social media opened the world up to any and everybody to be a part of
Mm-hmm.
things that they don't even really genuinely have you get what I'm saying? Like,
Listen,
That
one of the best things I seen that they describe social media was they let the kids who was in the classroom all day mix with the kids who actually changed classes. And you
exactly.
get my drift?
Yes.
Like,
Listen, I went to Voki. They let the special needs kids in the high school division intermingle.
yeah,
No, y'all was in building 4 for a reason. We was in building 1 for a reason. And I'm not
yeah.
saying that we
so
definitely crossed paths. We had lunch together.
yeah,
We had gym together, but
but
our classes wasn't the same classes, and it's not that one is more superior or inferior. It's just that we're different, and we're different for a reason, and that's okay. Everybody's not into the same
and,
thing. Like,
and
no.
for that reason, because there's difference, people want to take the opinion of the more popular person versus the person that might have the more educated opinion. You know,
We all know where the popular people was at
yeah.
in
So,
building 4.
but to segue on that Keith Lee thing, so the other issue that came out of that, not involving Keith Lee, but it was the gratuity. So everything in Atlanta had gratuity. So you go to eat, it had built-in gratuity.
I
So
don't agree with everything. Like, it's funny you said that because it's like, who said that who said that that's a law? Or like, why do we have to follow this? Like, why do I have to pay you this?
so
Like, I don't agree
hold
with
on,
that.
So
hold on, sales.
go
Let me
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
before you go on your jaw. So let me give you the other part of it. So it was a built-in gratuity, but here's two catches to it. If you order takeout, it still had the gratuity on it. And if you the check
So who
already
I'm
had
tipping?
if the check already had gratuity in it, but at the bottom it was an extra if you wanted to add on to it. So it didn't have the regular gratuity at the bottom. It was giving you the percentage if you wanted to put extra on the gratuity that they're already getting.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Chef.
No, I was just going gonna say, it's funny though, and I think this is one of those things that I say is social media is a gift and a curse, and everything ain't for everybody. I'm starting to see more and more that this 20% automatic gratuity is becoming a thing, like across the board in restaurants.
Yeah.
And it's happening because you have people patronizing places that they don't belong. And I'm sorry, listen, y'all can call me what y'all want to call me, but it just is what it is. You have people patronizing places who don't understand, how to tip, who don't understand how to dress, who don't understand how to order, who don't understand how to act, who don't understand, higher end restaurant etiquette. And then because of somebody posting a video on social media, now you have people going to these places and they're not tipping properly. So now, to avoid that, because the culture that we live in is just now that nothing's gate kept anymore, now they're just like, unfortunately, everybody has to pay. Now everybody's got to pay. And what it does, it's like a domino effect, because now in certain establishments, when servers know that it doesn't matter the type of service that they give, they're getting 20% regardless. They don't go above and beyond and strive for excellence like how they used to do back in the day, because that's how you made your money. Like, you can get bank working in a restaurant if you go above and beyond and strive for excellent service, because people are going to pay like they weigh. People pay for good service, okay? So, especially if you're in a place that's higher end and the checks is bigger, you liable to get $100 tips. Like,
yeah. Now I'm cool with the gratuity, but I thought it was crazy that so gratuity to me comes with service. If you go get my food from the back and walk it to the front,
that's what I'm saying.
I order $100 worth of food, and now I got to give you 20%. I got to give you $20 for literally walking my food from the back to the front.
That's the thing. But that's just because what they do is they just build it into the system, so it doesn't matter if it's takeout or you dining in. It's just automatically coming on the check because it's just built into their system like that. But I just think that's crazy.
And the craziest one I seen was they had a noisy kid gratuity.
Oh, I mean, I ain't mad at that either.
But it wasn't even that type of restaurant. Yeah, I mean, it was a step up from a diner, and they had a noisy.
I actually heard them, like they were talking about it on the radio. Like, but this is like, I hate what social media has turned the world into, because it's just extremely hard to go out nowadays and to get quality service, the service that I feel like I deserve, the service that I like to get, because it's the same type of service that I like to give. Like, I like a certain type of level of quality experience, and I don't just want to be anywhere. But it's like, the more and more people are starting to become food critics on TikTok and starting to go places and rate restaurants, and the more and more and more, even the best of the best restaurants are starting to suffer.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like you're running out of those. You want to know something? It's a little off. It's a little left from the restaurant topic, but it makes perfect sense. You know how everybody has been, like, it's been a thing of like universal health care and then like a universal income and all that. Like, that is really literally happening in front of our eyes. And if you just look at the restaurant industry that we've been discussing, it's happening there. Like, the line between the haves and the have-nots is starting to slowly but surely continue to be blurred and be blurred and be blurred, to where as though it's like everybody is just in one shitty ass environment. Like, nothing is, oh, this is higher end and this is lower end. It's just like all this shit coming to an end.
I think, like, so when I used to mentor youth, we used to take them out the restaurant so that they can learn etiquette. Hey, this is a salad fork. This is your shrimp fork. This is your
water fork, go on the other side.
Yeah, this is your water glass. This is your drinking glass. Things of that nature. This is how much you should tip. You should put your napkin in your lap, because a lot of them were tucking it in their shirts. Things of that nature. But I think what social media does is it already assumes you know the basics and it just starts you from an advanced point. So when you see this fancy restaurant, they're not telling you the price. They're not telling you the bill or that you should tip, well, you know. So you get there and it's some sticker shock. I've been in restaurants a couple times
Very well, thank you.
where some people had some sticker shock because number one, you get to a certain level of restaurant and you don't see any prices and you see market value.
You don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means, and you don't know you about to pay a couple dollars because at Applebee's and TGI Fridays, that's like a $20 meal.
Mm-hmm.
So you thinking you good?
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I
so
mean?
funny. It's so funny. I just said this last night because when I was in New York, I just happened to we were looking for parking. I just happened to notice out the corner of my eye this very exquisite looking couple hopping out of this black truck, car service, and going into this restaurant that was just an awning and it had a little tiny name on the side. And I'm like, you know me, I'm like, oh, what's that? Because that's exclusive. What's that? So I'm trying to take a picture, trying to figure out what it is. So I found out what the restaurant is. And I'm Googling it, and I was just laughing because I was looking at the menu. And I was like, oh, yeah, this I said, the restaurant here different when they don't have no prices on the menu. If there's no prices on the menu, it might be above your pay grade, just FYI.
Yeah, and not only that, but they let you know we only deal in seasonal vegetables. That means you're gonna get the best flavor again. But that's different from somebody who just want to be a food critic versus somebody who knows what's in season. Like if you got certain stuff,
who trying to eat watermelon dead winter?
yeah, and if I do, I'm sure they're gonna charge me a grip. Like
yeah, because they had to fly this watermelon in from somewhere.
yeah. Like where did we go down DC? Man, what was the name of this restaurant? We went to some restaurant down in DC, and they was like these jumbo prawns was flew in from Africa. So people, these shrimp was flew in from shrimp flew in from Africa. I already know I'm paying the service.
First of all, you paying the service because they prawns and not shrimp.
Yeah, they was
First
prawns.
and foremost.
Yeah, fact.
First and foremost, because they was prawns and not
Yeah,
shrimp. Let's be clear. For
And
all y'all who don't know the difference, Google it because there's very much a difference between a shrimp and a prawn.
yeah. So when
Okay.
we talking and we trying to give, we going to these restaurants and people see it because, when we on social media, we all the same. We all believe that whatever you get, I can get too, which makes sense. I get it. But you also got to educate
How
yourself.
can you believe that and your pockets don't say it?
But
That's why,
But
why
it's
are
because,
people not aware? If
like
you don't
Life
have
said,
it, why are you thinking that?
right, because like Life said, the playing field with social media has been leveled because we're all appearing in the same place. Before the high school division and the special needs division, we didn't appear in the same place. We even had separate, we even graduated different. We had separate principals. You get what I'm saying? We did not appear in the same places. But now when you're on a platform like social media, everybody's appearing on the same place. So it's like you think that everybody's equal, but everybody's not equal.
The old school saying, like Hove saying, but you old enough to know you couldn't talk it if you ain't living. So it wasn't about having pictures or something you seen on somebody else's social media page. You had to be there. That's how you could talk about it because you lived it. You know what I mean? You can tell me something that somebody else can't tell me. Like I was there.
People can't be this crazy. I know they are though.
They are, but when you talk about like restaurants and places to go, and I get the whole idea of certain it's places that's on my bucket list that I could go to, but it's gonna be tight. But I'd rather save and eventually get there to go there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Versus I ain't going in the hole this week because I just want to go here. You know what I mean? But like,
right, absolutely.
It's,
Because that's one thing that social media also took away, the fact that there's levels to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And the key to life is to continuously just progress and level up.
yeah.
So yes, I'm here now, but at the end of the day, I have these goals on my bucket list, and I will eventually be there. Like it's okay. Like but social media has you thinking that you just supposed to go from McDonald's to Philippe's like that. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
Like, go to Fridays, go to Chop House. Like, you gotta work your way up. Like, you not just going from McDonald's to Nobu like that. However, with social media, people are going from McDonald's to Nobu. Just like
Because
that.
like even if you say like say
Just like kids wearing designer to me. I think that's so insane.
I about to say that's what I was about to say. Like you're going from so say you at McDonald's, but all of a sudden you score this big ass check. Now you're up there. However, you don't have the knowledge to be up there because you
See,
I guess you paid. I don't know. I don't know.
That
Nah,
How to
you
happens all
got-
the
describe it.
time with like athletes and entertainers. Like they have still the McDonald's mindset because they got their wealth like that. But people who really regular
Like the
people who
guy with the
understand wealth,
gun.
we
That's what he
build
was
it
trying to
over
say.
time. So it's kind of like
you got the knowledge.
listen, I'm gonna be like 65 at the Rock Nation brunch,
Yeah.
maybe 50, but I'm gonna be there. I ain't gonna be there tomorrow, but I'm gonna be there. I might be old as hell when I get there, but I'm gonna get there. But it's
Nah,
just
but
like you
it's-
gotta work your way up to certain levels and experiences. That's how life
It's-
is.
It's knowledge versus wisdom. You know what I mean? Like you got knowledge to know that you want to be there, but you don't got wisdom to know how to act when you get there or how to
Right.
dress. Like I get
Amen.
you can wear whatever you want or think you could wear it because it got a name on it. But everybody in there probably got enough money to wear something with a name on it. But that don't make you who you think you are.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta have the wisdom to understand the difference. You're not flexing to nobody in there but the person across the table from you. And even then, you probably not.
I was about to say, maybe not even know.
Yeah, like it's like I've been places where the food was 2 for $5, and I've been places where something on the menu was $1,000. So like,
I got something for y'all too. I don't know if we talked about this, but what you just said, life made me think about it. So I don't know if we talked about this. Tell me if we did, and we don't have to talk about it. But you saying that, it's just like the humbleness of knowing and the emotional intelligence of knowing who the fuck you are. You can be somewhere where they have $1,000 items on the menu, but you can also be somewhere where it's 2 for $5. What do y'all think about this whole thing with the list? Did we talk about the list already about the places that females saying that they wasn't going on the first date? Did we talk about this already?
we only talked about where he tried to take her. That's it. But he didn't talk about the list.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure y'all had come across it at some point, the list of all the places that females are saying that a man can't take them on a first date. But it just be like, my nigga, like, how are you talking about a man can't take you to what was the Cheesecake Factory? But, and this is no disrespect to nobody who wears Shein, because at the end of the day, I have Shein pieces in my closet. But if your whole entire wardrobe consists of Shein, but you talking about you too good to go eat at the Cheesecake Factory, something's wrong with your mind. Like, it has not, your mind is not right, because at the end of the day, I love Cheesecake Factory dumplings. Like, it just be like, what is wrong with y'all? But I think that's social media making you think that you're something better.
It's not even that. I'll say is that plus this, that a lot of times those females can't afford the places that they want to go, and they using these dates to get there, but they also using those dates to scout other men or other women. Like,
that's in the places.
Yeah.
And really, they just want, and a lot of, you want to know a lot of it is too. A lot of it is they just want to get there so that they can take a picture to say that they was there, to make their social media think that they're more elevated than they really are. But
you take the picture by yourself. You don't show your date. You look like you paying for everything yourself, and you didn't. Like that whole list of places. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, they was all clutch. Olive Garden, IHOP, and I was a vicious dater. You know what I mean? Like when I tell you, I did breakfast, lunch, and dinner with different women 5 days out of the week. Like I was IHOPing with somebody in the morning. I was Olive Garden with somebody for late lunch, early dinner. I might got a nightcap at Fridays. You know what I mean? Like,
What's wrong with that?
and but this ain't the same woman. These different, all three different women.
Listen, if you dating, then you dating. I don't think
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
So to tell me that I can't use none of them places on the list, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't. I'm
I'm
not.
open though. Like I'll go. I'll go to a museum. I'll
Yeah,
go
they
to
talk
It's
a
about.
just,
zoo.
it's just the fact that anybody thinks that anything is off the table. Like your ego should never get that overinflated that you think that anything is off the table. Like that's the
Yeah,
thing. Like, and when you get to a certain level, yeah, you may not frequent certain places as much as you used to, but it's never off the
like,
table. And it's kind of like, girl, you ain't even been nowhere or done nothing or experienced nothing to be saying that these things are off the table.
yeah.
There was once a time in my life when Red Lobster, going on the date to Red Lobster was a big deal. Like
Oh, so
at
Red
one
Lobster
point
was
in my
clutch.
life. Now it's just like, all right, if I'm gonna go to Red Lobster, I'm stopping at Red Lobster because I'm in the area and I'm like, damn, I want a biscuit. Like, their biscuits good as hell. I might sit at the bar, get a Caesar salad, some cheddar bay biscuits, and a glass of wine and be out because it's just like I'm running errands and stuff. But there was one point in my life where Red Lobster was a big deal. Like I went to Red Lobster. I took the Red Lobster on
I'm
a
the
date.
type of,
Like
I feel like everybody should go to rent. Like I don't know from how I started my life to where I'm going. I feel like in my world, you should start at rent. Like you should start somewhere. Like what's wrong
Yeah,
with Red Lobster? Like you're gonna
but the,
start going on dates. Like go to the diner. Like I used to always go to the diner when I was 16. That was where we went for a date. Like what? Like where you?
yeah.
That's where you
But
start.
that's
Like so, what you was going? Where you gonna start at?
but
Like
that's how it should be. It's like levels. Like,
you're gonna
all
start at
right.
the top and fall straight down to
So
the bottom.
my 18-year-old was
Stupid.
taking his girlfriend on a date, you know, and he wanted to start at Cheesecake Factory, and I said no. You know what I mean? Because you started too high.
Yeah,
I said,
like that's
I
what I'm
said
saying.
you.
Like why? Like bro,
I'm
you was
like,
just getting started. Relax.
I'm like, I said because if you start there, you can never go down. I said,
Mhm.
work your way up there. Even if you think you could afford to go to Cheesecake Factory, and I love you, but he ain't got no job, so no, he can't. I can afford Cheesecake Factory for him.
right, I got money. You're broke.
Yeah,
Right.
I got Cheesecake Factory money for you to take her, but you don't got Cheesecake Factory money to take her. So I said, start somewhere, not as expensive. And I said, never take a woman nowhere you can't afford to pay for anything on the menu. You
Yeah.
know,
You start ordering appetizers, entrees, and
yeah.
cheesecake slices.
Uh,
That
So
tab going to run up.
I said, and you got to be able to pay the tip. So I was like, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna go somewhere a little less expensive. Cool, but I think like
Pizza Hut. Like
people and Pizza
you're
Hut used to be the spot.
16.
You know what I mean? Like,
But you want to know something real quick? I just want to say this real quick. When you said about how social media like made certain people, what it also did too was it took the kids away from the kid table, and now they sitting at the adult table amongst
yeah,
adults, and that
Yeah.
blurred a crazy line too
yeah.
because it's like, why do you 14-year-olds think that y'all supposed to be wearing designer?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because
I don't
they're
even like
really
the
it's the
phone.
young ones that's like
I don't even want you to have
teens
a
and like
phone.
early,
Like
very early 20s who talking about that you not taking me to no date at Cheesecake Factory.
But I, the one thing I hate about that is that those kids that's wearing designer, your parents got the crazy work ethic to be able to provide you with the designer, even if it's knockoff. Because where did you get all this knockoff stuff from? Because they're not selling it on the corner no more. So you gotta,
DH Gate,
where
DH
at?
Gate.
yeah,
That's where they
exactly,
getting it from. DH
exactly.
Gate. Cause
Coming
it's
all the way,
fake.
coming all the way from China and Taiwan and everything.
Cause I remember back in the day when I had my knockoff Coach bag from off the nigga who sold the cart down, who had the cart downtown.
That's what I'm
He had
saying.
the
You can
cart
go
from
right on
Tempe.
Broadway.
Yeah,
And,
right there. Yep, I had my little Coach bag in my belt. Yep.
so, but these kids, like the one thing I always say, if I see these kids in designer and they don't have no work ethic, I already know it's going to be downhill for them because you you didn't afford yourself that lifestyle to begin with, so you're not going to have it when you get older because you didn't work for it. So your life was prefaced by this designer, and everybody thought you're supposed to be that. So now you don't want to lose that image, so you do something to keep that image, and now you locked up. You doing something stupid, you know what I mean? Like you slutting yourself out because you trying to keep up an image that wasn't you. That was your parents' image that they made for you, but you didn't make an image for yourself, or you didn't work to try to build that image. You know, like if that
And a
makes
lot of
sense.
it too is that the parents don't instill an innate sense of confidence in their children. They just think because they put designer on them that that's going to boost their confidence. But it's like kind of like, no, you just have an insecure person in designer. Because I feel like you have certain children, like maybe let's say you buy it, you buy your boys Christmas time, because it's okay, you of age, it's time for a designer belt because that's a staple item that you should have. Oh, it's you got a designer wallet because as a man you should have a nice wallet, you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's kind of like when you already have that sense of confidence instilled in you, you're okay whether you have on a designer belt or if you have on a Walmart belt. Like you're okay either way. But some of these people who
I'm
wear
about
the
to say my
designer,
confidence is
they are
way
going
up.
to
I wear
crumble
whatever I
if
want
they
to
don't
wear.
have designer on. Like they will crumble. They will not be okay if they don't have that protective overgarment of designer to make them feel like that they are more somebody than they really are. Like,
I remember a young boy told me, and when I say young, early 20s or whatever, he's like, yo, you don't never wear no designer or nothing. And I was like, what make you say that? He's like, cause like you ain't never, basically I ain't never got nothing with the print on.
logo.
And
Mm-hmm.
I said, so that mean I don't wear designer or whatever and everything? He's like, you see, I got the Tommy jacket on, I got the Gucci belt, I got the
Making all these
best,
people rich.
I got the Balenciagas on. I said, but bro, everything you got on is fake. I said, what is you talking about? You got designer on. The Tommy jacket might be the only thing that was real on him. You know what I mean? But I said everything else is fake. He's like, you crazy, you crazy. I said, show me a bank statement. Oh, I ain't got no bank statement. I got Cash App. They be trying to steal your money out the bank, so they can't steal your money out off the Cash App. And I said, so, but I need to wear it all on the outside. So I said, I said I wear designer, but it ain't the same no more for me. I said, too many of y'all wearing fake pieces. I said, they don't even make that. You know what I mean? But you got it on. I
Be
said,
like,
I
I've never
know.
seen the Jordans in hot pink, navy
yeah.
blue, and neon green. Like, where
I'm
did you
like,
get that colorway from?
I said, they don't even make that. But I said, if it satisfies you, then I'll flex for you. You know what I mean? Like, so I said, I showed him my wallet. He's like, what's this? I'm like, it's what you wanted, right? You said you want some designer. There you go. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never seen one of these because y'all want something everybody can see. This for me. I
Mm-hmm.
said, I know I got it and I know I can afford it. But who do I need to flex to? I
That's
said,
true.
nobody, not a damn person. I said, as long as I know my bank account good, I'm cool. I'm gonna walk around here in these this old Navy
Ronaldo.
flannel shirt. You know what I mean?
Look, the LL Bean.
Yeah. This Walmart pack of t-shirts to go underneath this flannel, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna put me a $2 corner store Skelly on this head, you know what I mean? And keep it pushing.
But I think that it just comes with age, like you said, with wisdom. It comes with wisdom.
Yeah,
Growing up, you start to learn.
yeah, because like I mean I humbly flex every day if I choose to, but it, it ain't getting me nowhere. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody.
I'm about to say sometimes for me it depends on where I'm going. Like
Yeah,
I still like I'll dress up like, but it depends on if I should go higher end or lower end. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll still try to
but
do
that
a little
but that's
bit
wisdom. Like,
razzle
Mm-hmm.
dazzle.
but when you see somebody in the grocery store looking like they going to the club,
Yeah, no,
like
like
I think I
no.
told y'all the story, a while back. I'm I'm at the grocery store, so one of my nicknames for myself is I'm a suburban dad. You know what I mean? Like I'm from the hood, through and through, blah blah blah. But at this phase of my life, I'm a suburban dad. You know what I mean? I'm in the grocery store buying groceries so I can be domesticated tomorrow. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna, make this crazy dinner tomorrow. Let me go to the grocery store. It's about 9 o'clock at night. Two women walk into the grocery store. One woman has on sneakers and some kind of form fitting jeans, but she looked comfortable. She goes and gets her a bottle of wine. She gets in line. Another woman comes in the store, and they both around, mid to late 40s. Another woman comes in the store. It's the summer. She has on the oversized like graphic tee, but the sides is all cut out. She got like a real sexy bra on underneath, exposed and everything, with some booty shorts and some high heels. She goes and grabs a bottle of wine.
She
Now,
must was going out and just hurried up and stopped there. That's what I could think of.
so, but it's where we are in our life. You know what I mean? Now, I don't think she was going out. I think she was just dressed because that's what's expected of her. You know what I mean? Because like her face wasn't done, or you know what I mean? Like her hair wasn't really done. So like the telltale signs wasn't that. But I think she was just expected to look like that to go home and just drink that bottle of wine or whatever. Now, the woman who had the comfortable pants on was, looking at me because she's in her mind, she's like, oh, this grown man is out here buying groceries on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? Looking like he about to make a meal. The other one is looking like he can't do nothing for me because he ain't where I want to be. You know what I mean? Meaning like I should be in it. Yeah, I'm at the store buying groceries and not at the club where I can give her status to give her attention and everything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's just like you said, where you at in life and like the mentality. It's funny
yeah,
you said you a suburban dad. So my friend he always say I'm a middle aged white woman. Where I'm at in life right now, apparently, is a middle aged white woman. Like I wear Sperry's and like
yeah. Like I'm a suburban dad. Like I don't try to flex. When the kids be talking like or something go down, they be like my oldest would be like, yeah, he'll shoot you. And they like this guy is nice. Like he wouldn't hurt a fly. You know what I mean? Like and he like yeah, nah, he'd probably kill you. You know what I mean? But like I. I'm a nice guy, but I'm a suburban dad. Like I'm in that zone,
I think that's a
Amira,
beautiful thing.
what zone would you what would you consider yourself in what phase of life are you in? Life is a suburban dad. I'm a middle aged white woman. What do you call your phase of life that you're in right now?
Um, I'm gonna just say the first thing that came to me, and it's gonna be a trippy hippie.
I I always think like a gypsy. You know what I mean? Like because they don't kind of like sit still. They kind of move and everything. They travel, and you like
Yeah,
not so much in the sense like you moving like across the world or the country, but you always up for an adventure. Or if you don't like something, you win. You get up and you plant yourself somewhere different.
yeah.
Like in that vein. Not like in a disrespectful way, but like if it don't
Nah,
fit,
I can see it. I can see it. But one day I'm going to be a hot suburban mama.
hey,
That's my dream.
I ain't mad at it.
And,
Listen,
listen, when you become the hot suburban mama, I will probably be the rich auntie.
Yeah.
and I be the gray hair uncle. You know what I mean?
The rich auntie. They already called me Aunt Shelly. I'm gonna be the rich auntie
Okay.
with
Yeah,
all the little kids, giving them dollars and shit.
you look, you wanna so I'm uncle to all the kids, but so one year 5 and below had money guns for sale. So I got all of them for Christmas money guns. I got them all money guns, and I put real money in there. I put fifty
Oh, that's
dollars in.
so cool.
I put $50 in ones in each one. So I gave,
Very
I
cool.
didn't just give them the money gun. I, gift wrapped the boxes and everything. So
Yeah, that's a good idea.
all all my friends was like blowing me up, like, bruh, why is that the only thing the kids is playing with? Now, mind you, they wasn't like teenagers, and some of them was like 8, some of them was 10. I got them for my sons and everything. Only thing everybody making it rain on everybody, and they like, I'm trying to raise this wholesome kid, and here you come, be giving them money guns, and they
The
like,
rich uncle.
yeah, you know what I mean? They spraying everybody with money, like I could buy you, yeah,
Yeah, that's so funny.
like
Nah, that's banging for a kid. Like, I love that for them.
Damn, I want somebody give me a money gun. I'm gonna need 500
For
in the
real,
bill.
I guys ain't gonna do that for me.
right. But I think those and I think that's always important because it's where you are. But like even though I'm a suburban dad, I still know the experiences that I would have liked or things I would want to experience or I still know what's got an ear to what's going on because I got boys and stuff. You know what I mean? So even though Shelly might be a middle aged white woman, don't come across her like she still ain't. Yeah, I mean who she is.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm a middle-aged white woman in this point in my life right now.
Yeah,
However, I'm still that girl.
Growing and evolving.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. Growing and
yeah.
evolving.
Like I be on the porch with a book. Don't ask what's under the other pillow though. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Listen, it's always about the growth and the evolution, but never get your head too far in the clouds that you forget to keep your feet on the ground because you gotta always remain true to where you come from because we wouldn't be where we at in life or progressing to where we going if it wasn't for where we came from because where we came from made us who we is.
Yeah.
Shout out to CMD, Camden, New Jersey.
CMD.
Listen, but this right
Candy.
here is a testament for all of y'all, our followers who out there who may be come from an inner city or a ghetto or just a bad environment. At the end of the day, it takes time. Your situation not gonna change overnight unless you like sexy red or some shit and don't be sexy red. But and it just continue to put one foot in front of the other and really work on your mind first because if you change your mindset and if you grow within your mind, your outer reality will reflect that. So
So
yeah, just keep going.
I got a question.
Hmm.
So now that you bring up the sexy red thing, now I'm sure I've
I was
heard.
not trying to bring up the sexy red thing, but go ahead.
I'm sure I heard her song on the radio. I don't know the song.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a suburban dad. You know what I mean? When it comes to sexy red music, but I know she pregnant
Hmm.
and she on stage doing whatever, whatever. As women, how do y'all feel about that?
How is you pregnant? Like, what happened? Like, you're pregnant by somebody from your hood. You're not pregnant by somebody with a status. That's what I think. I don't know. If
She
I'm
said she
wrong,
was out here in
sorry.
Miami looking for a hoochie daddy. Her
Like,
son
who
need
is
a
you
new
pregnant
pappy.
by?
That's what she
Please don't
said.
be a hood. Like, listen, what? I don't know.
I mean, I don't really know because
As like,
Beyonce performed when she was pregnant. Rihanna performed when she was pregnant. So,
but is it levels to the performance?
well,
So
see, I don't know what Sexy Red's performance looks like to be able to compare them, but
Oh,
I
I
just feel
saw
like,
one, and I saw one, and it was a mess.
I
so
mean, but I feel like she's just a mess, period, pregnant or not. So it's not like her being pregnant. We're going to expect anything
so
different for
she
her
was
because she just is who she is.
working.
I don't even know what she took her shoes off. What I saw was she had took her shoes. Her shoes was off, and she had stopped the music because I think either somebody was booing her or somebody wasn't giving her enough love. So
I did hear that she got booed.
yeah,
So
and then she stopped the music. She was pregnant, and her shoes was off and she was like coming at the audience, and I just was like, what is going on, child?
So in the performances I've seen, she was twerking and everything. So like I get performing pregnant, but I'm prefacing it with it like, the image of her becoming a mother and bending over and shaking that ass, and Daisy Dukes or whatever. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I can't speak on that.
So, being a woman, I'll speak on it. I feel like you are who you are, and being a mother doesn't change you. Just because you get pregnant doesn't mean that your whole mindset just shifts. Like, oh, I'm pregnant now. Let me just change. No, like you just are who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, so I mean, she is who she is. Like that's just like what the Chris Brown situation. Like, why did we expect anything different from her? She is who she is. How many people do we be like, why the fuck do they let you have kids? Like, not it's so it's just like you are who you are as a person, and it's just, maybe fortunate or not so fortunate that, you are about to bring a child into this world that's probably going to be led down the same path as you are. If you're not a person that's open to, learning and growing. I mean, the baby gonna be ratchet just like his mama. And it just is what it is.
I'm through.
Listen, all I'm saying is, I well, let me rephrase that. If I met you like that, I would have to accept you like that. But if I met you and you used to be like that and you relapse, then I would have an issue with it.
Not the relapse.
If, like if you relapse, like now all of a sudden you want to relive your before you was pregnant days, and you know what I mean, but you had calmed down.
I know something. I feel like people don't really relapse. I feel like they never really change. They just put on a good representative.
Yeah, for sure.
You never relapse. Because if you change, you change. You don't generally go back once you go forward.
You was just itching for a moment to get back to who you was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but nah, real talk. If she was like that, if I was, dealt with Sexy Red and she was like that, I would have had to just wear that. You know what I mean? Even if I'm not like how she is, I would have to wear that because that's how I met you. You know what I mean? Like, I now. Oh, so this is the crazy thing. Segueing off of Sexy Red into I don't know if you heard about the guy Joe Smith. He used to be a former NBA player.
Mm-mm.
So, former NBA player, his wife, come to find out, his wife has OnlyFans.
I briefly heard something about it, but I don't.
So she has OnlyFans, and she said, "Well, I hope you ain't expect me not to be able to like take care of myself and everything." But she also runs like an exotic massage service too, and she used to be one of the masseuses.
Mm-hmm.
Even after being married and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And she kept it a secret.
she kept the OnlyFans a secret.
Okay.
But she was doing the sensual massages prior to that.
Yeah, she did that prior to that and still was doing it, but she was married to him and when she started the OnlyFans. So I only bring this up because guess what? When he met her, she was a porn star.
So what is the conversation? You know what I
So
mean?
that's
The
what I'm saying. Like,
OnlyFans is light.
yeah, so that's why I
Nigga,
said,
I've been happy that she just did an OnlyFans.
She doing what she was already doing.
exactly. So that's why I said if I met Sexy Red where she was and then she went back to doing whatever she was doing, I met you like that. You know what I mean? And for whatever
Oh
reason,
yeah, I get what you mean.
I still liked you. You know what I mean? So he was hurt because she had an OnlyFans and bringing in, cash or whatever. She didn't say nothing about like if she was intimate with it. No, matter of fact, she said it's just her by herself. So there's no man involved, but it's just her. So now, mind you, bruh, You can't be mad. Like she's on the internet way before OnlyFans.
She
She
wanna do this. It's not
no,
a she wanna do. She
The
likes
problem
doing it.
is that people get with people, and then once the image starts to change, they expect the person to change. But it's like, nah, it's really because you just feel embarrassed that you marry a hoe.
but not only that, but like if you like what are you upset about? That's my first question. If
So he have enough money to take care of them? Maybe that's why he's upset. Like, what the fuck is you
he
on the
should
He's
OnlyFans for?
upset
If I'm
because he feels embarrassed that his wife has an OnlyFans, because he feels like, because she's a wife, that she shouldn't be doing things like that. But
so
at the end of the day, she was a porn star before you married her. So therefore, you turn a hoe into a housewife. That doesn't absolve her wholeness.
I
but
thought that's what you wasn't supposed to do. Ain't that in one of the rules, unwritten rules?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you could turn a hoe into a wife. I mean, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, because a hoe is a hoe and a housewife is a
listen,
housewife.
yeah,
However, if you decide to marry a hoe, then you just got to be okay with that. Like, people just got to start standing on the shit that they do.
listen.
Like, you married her, just be okay with it.
You be married. People be marrying hoes that got housewife tendencies and housewives who you thought had some hoe tendencies. You know what I mean? If you want a hoe, just keep a hoe. You know what I mean? But if you want a housewife, then get a housewife. But
Exactly.
I think for me, the issue was what one, were you upset that she lied to you? I can see that. That's valid. You know, you upset that she lied to you about it. But everything else after that to me is invalid. Because if you're upset that her vagina is on the internet, it was on the internet before the OnlyFans. You know what I mean? So it's always been on the internet. You know what I mean? So that should be your
And
only.
they really paying for it because if is he supposed to be like a NBA or NFL? They probably really watching now. Like, oh look, his wife.
Yeah,
People who
and
know them, I don't
so,
know.
I
listen,
feel like again, like, I feel like it's more like his ego.
yeah,
People,
because sure
people,
enough,
people being able to go see like his wife, and then, but also it's kind of like, I kind of, I kind of little having mixed emotions, because what somebody done in the past is the past, but I feel like it's kind of like they probably move forward. So he's like, all right, like, I could deal with people seeing you in the past, like, you get what I'm saying, because that was you. But for them to be able to see you, like my wife, current, present day, like, that's a problem. And I can understand that. I can understand it.
but I think
Because
I also
we all make mistakes. Some people do things that they ain't proud of. So I ain't gonna sit up here and make it seem like, oh, just because she was a porn star, that absolves her from the opportunity of being a loving and caring wife. But
no,
That's a character. Like the a porn star, a hoe, the Jezebel. She belongs just like the indentured servant. Like these are all characters who belong in this
so
big
let me
story
ask you a
we're
question.
in.
Do you feel like you're born into the role that you're supposed to assume in life?
no.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because you're saying like the
Mhm.
Jezebel, the indentured servant, that's like an embodiment of a person. So that's kind of like, oh well, you
So
are
yeah, you
like
don't
a
have to.
Jezebel,
Okay,
so you can
it's
never
an
be anything but
energy.
the
So what I'm trying to
Jezebel.
say is, it's an energy. It's an entity that will be. Somebody's body is going to jump into the entity. These are all known
Like
entities.
you
They
gonna pick
But
a
do you
lane.
think that this is an entity that you can be in at one point and no longer be it at another point?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
absolutely.
all right,
Yeah,
yeah,
like jumping out from the hood nigga to the suburban dad. Like you can definitely jump
yeah,
to where
for
you want to
sure.
be.
Yeah,
Like,
Okay.
but my take on it is I'm not upset at any entity because they're all something. They're all going to be something. They're
yeah.
all going to be there. It's going to
Like
be the cheater. It's going to be the monogamous person. It's all these characters are going to be here.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
I don't get mad at them.
I
I
think like
used to be ignorant. I used to be ignorant and be like, but now why would I do that?
yeah, I think two things for me. One, she lied, and then two, she used it to chase clout. Because now you're doing all these interviews and everything on all these different platforms, TV, social media, whatever. So you clout chased off of it. It put you back in the spotlight. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if they was together while he was still an NBA player, but the fandom and the fame ain't there. Even after if she got with him after he retired, he probably was still a lot more
And the
known.
money probably got love. She probably she like nice things.
You know, yeah,
That part. What did you say earlier, life? You get accustomed to wearing this design and living this lifestyle that when the money start getting funny, then you start slutting yourself out because you want to maintain that lifestyle. A lot of times that
Right.
happens, you know.
yeah,
Nipsey said, "Never let a hard time humble us." I'm good. I ain't about to start doing something strange for a piece of change just to try to live a lifestyle that I'm not currently in at this time. People got to understand life is about ebb and flow. You going to be up sometimes, you going to be down sometimes.
valleys and
But
peaks.
exactly, when you get down, you just stay down till you come back up because you won't come up. Like some people can't deal with that though because their ego is so defined by who they were when they at the top that they don't know how to be when they not anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm good either way.
Yep, I'm be good down here in the valley. I'm be good at the top of the peak. You know what I
I'm
mean?
blessed with no come, and when I go,
That has a lot to do with people's development of their emotional intelligence. Everybody's not developed in their mind as much. You know, people think their age defines their emotional maturity. People think that their bank accounts define their emotional maturity, but a lot of people are just grown rich dummies.
Yeah,
Here's what it is. So
fact.
we are at 136.
we went way over like 2 times.
But this what happens when you politicking. For real, for real. When you
Yeah, yeah.
politicking, you can sit around for hours just politicking. So, we appreciate y'all sitting here politicking with us for this time. Like, but
Facts.
we want to know y'all thoughts on this, what we talking about, because it's not politicking if y'all not politicking with us. Like, y'all got to be a part of the conversation, not
Word.
just listen to the conversation. We want y'all to be a part of the conversation. So leave us comments. Tell us your thoughts.
Good
Who do
or
y'all want to
bad.
politic about?
Good or bad.
We want to know. So we're going to wrap it up. We want to thank y'all for tuning in with us another episode. We are so grateful to have you here with us. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and make sure y'all please comment because we really are interested to know what you guys are thinking because we want to politic with you. So until next time.